When you need legal guidance, MyLegalWhiz is your convenient online legal resource and assistant. Start by going to credits.mylegalwiz.com. Once logged in, type, for example, MGCQ, which stands for Modified General Community Quarantine, and all information related to MGCQ will appear. Click the link and you'll see guidelines for areas under MGCQ. If you need assistance, we have Leah. Leah stands for Legal Engineer Assistant. She helps in doing legal research and writing documents. But before that, you need to know how to use Leah's page. First is the drop-down menu. This allows you to choose what type of document, task, or request you need from Leah. Then type your request or concern. In this text box, you can ask any legal question that you have for Leah. For example, if you're a landlord and you want to know if you can start collecting rent during ECQ, it's just as easy as typing your question. You can even attach a file for Leah's reference. You'll receive an email confirming that we have received your inquiry. In a short while, you'll receive a notification with Leah's response. Go to your inbox, click View, and see the answer. Let's try to search for another topic. All information related to video conferencing will appear. MyLegalWhiz also allows you to download forms for a specific amount of credits. You can do that by selecting Legal Forms in the menu bar. Let's say you want to download a training agreement form. Click the green button so you can fully download it. You may download it in different file formats found in the upper right corner. You can now use it for your intended purposes. Can't find what you're looking for? Ask Leah. And that's why MyLegalWhiz is the best digital legal assistant.
Hi, good morning po.
Morning.
Morning all.
Morning.
Morning everyone. Hi ARD. We can
Morning,
start.
attorney. I can already start. So,
Yes,
okay. So, good morning, attorney Joseph Dexter Feliciano of MyLegalWhiz, DTI staff,
morning po.
business counselors, our partners in service, guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining MyLegalWhiz Regional Caravan. It is my honor to welcome you today. It is unfortunate that we have to meet this way via video conferencing. I would have preferred to see you face to face and shake your hand. That is not possible, however, as these are not normal times. We ended 2019 with great optimism about the future. We were hoping that the exuberance of the year would carry us through 2020 and bring more gains for the country. It was in December 2019 when we learned that the official poverty incidence went down to 16.6% in 2018 from 23.3% 3 years before. We thought that with continuing reforms, poverty reduction will sustain improvements until the country becomes a middle-class society free of poverty by 2040. Then, as we all know, COVID-19 came and spread like wildfire throughout the world, wreaking havoc on all countries and causing severe disruptions in manufacturing, agriculture, tourism, construction, trade, and our whole way of life. As an emergency response to reduce infection, several brick and mortar stores had to immediately close down, and those that survived had to redo their way of doing business by putting in place new health protocols. In order to safely navigate this new normal, we have digitized most of our activities. For many, the current crisis has accelerated a prevailing trend towards flexible working. The legal practice is no exception, as it is not listed as an essential service under the law. To ensure continued legal service delivery, we have started to embrace technological innovations. One of these innovations is MyLegalWhiz, an online resource created to increase productivity and efficiency in legal research. For us non-lawyers, this is a convenient way of accessing legal knowledge and services. MyLegalWhiz will also be a great help to our MSMEs in answering their legal queries and for general legal guidance. Legal research has always been a cumbersome task, especially going through numerous legal doctrines, thousands of Supreme Court decisions, circulars, and laws. Well, that's until MyLegalWhiz or MLW mobile service came into the picture. This is our chance to maximize this opportunity to learn and understand legal policies relevant to our business at work. This is part of the new normal. So, without further ado, I officially welcome everyone to the My Legal Wiz Regional Caravan. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you for that, Ma'am Nanette. To all our viewers, for your information, that was ARD Nanette Arbon of DTI Central Visayas. So, in behalf of DTI Central Visayas, I would like to welcome all of you, all our viewers, MSMEs, businessmen, and even students. Basically, MLW is for anyone, and today we will learn how we can apply it. So, my name is Brian Liu, and I will be acting as your co-host. Together with me is Eliza, Miss Roslyn, and Kyle from DTI Cebu. And we have attorney Dexter Feliciano, the founder and CEO of MyLegalWhiz, and his colleagues. So attorney, can you introduce them to our viewers?
Thank you very much, Prel. Thank you, ARD Nanette Arbon. Thank you for that great message to all our MSMEs and to all our DTI provincial offices in Central Visayas. So we're here to welcome you in this online session so we can learn a lot about not only about MyLegalWhiz. Later you'll see that we will also be discussing business tips and insights during this pandemic and how technology can help. So sabi nga po ni ARD, ideally, we should be meeting personally. Pero because of the situation of our country and all over the world because of the pandemic, ngayon po nagmi-meet tayo online. But at the same time, we're very grateful that we have these kinds of platform so that we can communicate even when we are apart. So makikita po natin mamaya, ako nasa Maynila ako, meron po tayong taga Bacolod, meron tayong taga Mactan, and ngayon po, of course, yung mga DTI R7 team natin nasa Cebu po. So thank you very much for this session, and I want to introduce also Patrick Babilog, our partner and business consultant, who will be talking in a while about business tips and insights, how it can help our MSMEs. By the way, kanina lang po nag-talk din ako sa Huntahang Legal. There was someone asking Leia about how they can save taxes kasi sari-sari store sila and 20,000 lang daw po ang capital. And we again discuss about BMBE. We can discuss about BMBE later. Para po matulungan natin yung mga small businesses natin, especially the informal sector. And of course, we will be joined by a lawyer and a businessman from Mactan, si Attorney James Go. Hi, Attorney James.
Morning everyone.
Good morning. So siya po, i-share niya po yung situation sa business area niya. And of course, how they use MyLegalWhiz for their business. So without further ado, Patrick, maybe we can start with the discussion about your business insights and tips before we discuss MyLegalWhiz.
Morning, everyone. Morning. Thank you, Attorney Dexter. Thank you to everyone also who's watching this maraming salamat din po to Region 7 for having us here, no. And for everything that also that we've been seeing, we've been hearing good reports about what DTI is doing to help in the times of pandemic. We're really grateful talaga for your service, no, to small business owners especially. Let me give you a little bit of insight as to what I do. I'm a business consultant by profession, and yung specialty ko po, by the way, I'm also Bisaya din po ako, so Bisaya pod ko. So I was born in Cebu. I grew up in Cebu for 9 years. Pero yeah, so but basically I'm a digital marketing consultant by profession. So I help businesses to maximize online channels, social media, websites, e-commerce. And well, you can probably guess by now that I've been very busy this pandemic, because many business owners have been coming to me and asking for advice and on how to start selling online, how to use social media. We all know that social media and online technology has been there for many years. We This is not the first time we've heard of how Facebook can be used for business, how to build your own e-commerce store. Uh, we all know that that's been there. Pero prior to the pandemic, this has been something that has been, for the most part, a minority in terms of priority for, especially for small businesses. Yes, we have Facebook pages, but for many people, we didn't really put a lot of effort into it. Pero kaning when the pandemic happened, all of a sudden, that became front and center. So all of a sudden, because we could not, especially katong nag-ECQ, diba? The whole nation was in ECQ. All of a sudden, we could not physically sell and we could not physically market. So now we had to rely on online channels. I just heard the news today when I was checking online. Okay, I'll be honest. When I was checking Shopee, doing
Mhm.
some online morning shopping, that book sale, my favorite store of all time, now has an online store. So I was so happy when I heard that. Okay, for a very long time, I was thinking na, during the pandemic, naubos na nga ako mga books, so I have to buy new books. So I was thinking na ba na, how can I go to book sale? Kay karon naka MECQ pod right now in Bacolod City. But now that I can order online, and so I was very happy to hear that. Pero I think siguro when I was just thinking about it and thinking about the what we're gonna talk about today, this time has really been well, it has been a prime uh, time for us to really maximize online technology. I'm not saying that online and digital will replace, even as a digital expert, I mean, a digital consultant. I have never ever claimed and believed that digital will completely replace brick and mortar. Brick and mortar will still have its place. Pero I believe that, especially now with the pandemic, we've seen that digital can be a good supplement and sometimes even a good partner to our offline channels. Um, Siguro, I think siguro just thinking about it, no, there are so many ways that we can use digital now. Like ito, like this is a quote from Laura Kane, who's one of the heads of UBS Wealth Management. She this was even before the pandemic, but she was already talking about the trends that we were going towards as a globe. This is global. These are global
Yeah.
trends. There are increased digital lifestyles, whether it's work from home, e-learning, online shopping, entertainment. There has been a constant move towards that direction. Labor market has been shifting to online technology. Personally, for me, I've been a digital nomad for quite a while now. When you say I'm a digital nomad, what that means is this is my office. I'm now in the porch of my master's bedroom in here in Bacolod. Originally, I'm from Iloilo City. Normally, without the pandemic, I would have visited at least 6 different destinations already by now, because me and my
Mhm.
family, we move around so much. And that's the shift now. The labor market has been shifting towards online technology. So my office is right in front of me. I have my laptop. I have my microphone. This is my normal office. And then there's also more localized production, especially in terms of uh, robotics and artificial intelligence. And I think Attorney Dexter, you'll probably dive into that a bit more later. How we can start using technology to help us process information. And
Yes.
MyLegalWhiz is a good example of that. It's a service that helps us to process information. I also like this quote by Lawrence Summers. No, he said that COVID-19 is an era is a the COVID-19 era is a period of renewal and great potential. See, Attorney James and I were just talking about prior to starting this show, no, na how the COVID-19 has brought about a lot of difficulties, and we want to acknowledge that. I have so many friends right now who are also businessmen who are in Manila, naapod sa Davao, they all over the country that they're struggling. And I'm sure for the business owners
Yeah.
that are watching this, you can agree with that this has been a struggle. Even for me personally, even though my business is digital, I lost about 85 I'm operating at 85% of my actual income, which I know is not really big compared to the many businesses. I've talked to business owners who have lost 90%, 80%, but still, I mean, it's all across the board. Everyone feels the effects. But if there's one thing right now that has stood out um, as a necessity for business owners, I think this is a time for us to be adaptive, more adaptable. I
Yeah.
think we need to adapt to the times, especially with yung nga sabi nila yung new normal, 'di ba? I don't think things will go back to the way they were before. Sure, the markets will open. Sure, we can move around more freely, but things will not be the same after this. History has proven that every single time there was a big market shift, whether it was a pandemic or a recession, industries the operations of industries changed. So I think with that, if you're a business owner here today, you're listening to this, whether it's shifting to online or looking for new ways to market, whatever it is, when we leave, and I hope that it's soon, when we leave this pandemic behind us, I hope that we come into the new normal thinking, not thinking that, okay, let's do things as they were, let's go back to business as usual. Pero we need to come into the new normal even as early as now. If you can, as early as now, start thinking of ways to innovate. There are so many ways that you can innovate. These are just 5 examples. I won't get into the specifics anymore. That Wall Street Journal gave us in terms of how we can use business to survive. If you're a business here and you're probably thinking maybe not really even thrive, but just survive, then that's fine. I mean, these are not really times to think about. Maybe for some of us, it's not really times to think about about trying to grow or scale, but even just survive, that's completely fine. But if you're in a position right now to thrive, I really encourage you think about ways that you can thrive as well. And yeah, I think Attorney Dex, I've said a lot. Maybe
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick, for sharing that one. I want to actually ask you this question, and of course, our guest, the Attorney James Gono. What is the current condition of Cebu right now? And then in your area in Mactan, yung business situation ninyo dyan. So I just want to repeat po, si Attorney James po is not only a lawyer, but a businessman in the Mactan area. Hi, Attorney James.
Thank you, Dex. Yeah. Dito sa Mactan, now, I think that since we are heavily reliant on the tourism industry, we have been heavily affected. So I think a lot of people lost their jobs. Most small businesses are closing shops, restaurants, parlors, these people who
Yes.
are mom and pop shops, tawag natin, di ba? So, talagang naapektuhan. Personally, as we are into real estate, we are really feeling the brunt. But now we are also, just trying to work with our tenants. Tulong-tulungan na lang, sinabtanay na lang ta sa ato ang mga mga kanegosyo. We have to adjust also. Nabangay lang ta. So right now, at least maggawas ta sa when we go out the kuan dito sa karsada, we see a lot of movement already. So at least I'm seeing parang recovery taking shape. So
Yes.
hopefully this magtuloy-tuloy na, and we will see more shops reopening,
Recover.
hotels reopening, and yung mga tao makakabalik na sa trabaho. Oo.
Thank you, Attorney James. No, going back to the discussion about digital normal na sinasabi natin, no. Kasi I want to share also this question for everyone, no. What were you able to do now in the new normal that you weren't able to do pre-pandemic? So ako muna, in our company, before, kailangan po namin mag-travel for marketing. For example, kung hindi po pandemic ngayon, siguro nasa Cebu kami, we're having a talk in a conference. No? And then we need to invite people in that conference, and then we provide a seminar. Ngayon po, nagagawa na natin ito. Nagagawa na natin ito. We share this seminar conference to everyone using a platform like Facebook and this platform like StreamYard. So, ang laki rin po ng impact. Although the human aspect of it, yung parang nami-meet natin yung isa't isa personally, nawawala. Pero the thing is, may kapalit siya. Ang kapalit niya is wider reach. And ito pong video na to, kung hindi man mapanood ng mga Cebu MSMEs natin, pwede po rin nilang i-replay mamaya, pwede nilang i-pause, pwede nilang fast forward. So ganito na po ang technology natin. I just want to ask also Bryle, kumusta naman po yung yung situation po ng mga MSMEs natin sa Cebu and also sa Region 7?
Attorney, we have Miss Roslyn here to talk about that question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Rosalyn. Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, attorney. Good morning, everyone. In the region for the first quarter, it was really a bad start. The MSMEs were really affected. There were a lot of shops that closed. The shopping centers closed. Low investment. And there was, even now that we are at modified GCQ, less pa rin ang customer traffic. Pero we are proud to say na hindi nagsa-stop ang assistance of DTI to our MSMEs. We are assisting them like the MSMEs. Before, we have the trade fairs, but now, because hindi na nga pwede yung face-to-face, so we have these virtual trade fairs. So we had conducted 2 virtual trade fairs already. And then some of our MSMEs were linked to the Union Bank Global Linkers, where they're being helped by the UBGL, by partnering DTI and helping the MSMEs create their website. So makikita na sila sa website. So they can sell their products through online.
Ayun.
And also,
yes, ma'am. Continue po.
Also, we also assisted our MSMEs through our Pundo sa Pagbabago at Pag-asenso. As of September 30, yesterday, the SB Corporation has released 432 accounts for a total of 34,325,000 pesos. So marami-rami na rin ang natutulungan ng SB Corporation.
Opo. Actually, ma'am, sobrang laki ng tulong ng ng SB Corp, no, yung sa DTI. Marami pong nagsasabi sa amin dito na parang yung loan na interest free, even if there's a processing fee, malaking tulong po. And I think delayed pa po ng 6 months ito, no? Yung payment, may
Yes
grace
po.
period pa na 6
Meron
months.
silang moratorium of 6 months. Maybe
Okay.
RT Nanette can add.
Yes, ma'am.
Yung SB Corporation, yung CARES program, 0% interest yun. So under Bayanihan 2, we're gonna have 4 billion more funds available for MSMEs. Yeah. But that's a very small amount. Yung initial 1
Mabilis.
billion parang just like that na parang tinalak, nawala lang. Yeah, but still it will help a lot of MSMEs also. Kasi yung MSMEs konti lang yung yung requirement din. So we can spread that to a wide number of MSMEs. So since we're talking about
Yes, ma'am.
yung technology and yung mga online and everything, you know, ang DTI ngayon, kami sa Region 7, parang O2O yung namin, online, offline yung services namin. We have yung offline, yung talagang face-to-face, like what Roslyn mentioned, yung Pundo sa Pagbabago, where PBG na lang, isod kayo mag-pronounce, PBG, and there's another one, yung LSP, Roslyn will explain kung ano yung mga meaning niyan, but basically we're giving starter kits to mga MSMEs in the countryside and in urban areas, yung mga MSMEs na parang nasa urban poor ba, yung mga very small, really micro MSMEs. So we do that. That's the offline stuff. Then we also have online kasi O2O eh. So yung online namin, we already have we started last month with a digital channel. So between now and December, we have transferred all our trainings to online, and we are also upskilling our people to handle e-commerce. So that when yung MSMEs kasi natin, they need a lot of hand-holding to move them from where they are being brick and mortar into the online space. So we are upskilling ourselves and also our MSMEs. So we're building the plane. It's like we're building the plane while it's flying. So within the next 2 months, we're gonna have training for parang side by side kami with our MSMEs to understand e-commerce, to understand digital marketing. Roslyn mentioned about Global Linker. That is just the first. We have established linker stores for maybe almost 100 of our MSMEs, and that's an ongoing thing. So after that, then we move them into social media to do the digital marketing side once they have their linker stores. So it's all a work in progress, but the point is our online presence is now more robust than before. And for that, it's ironic, but I have to thank COVID for that. Digital has always been my advocacy, but it was hard. There was no motivation before COVID. Yeah, for
Yes,
5
ma'am.
years. 5 years. It was my advocacy for 5 years. I had to literally force people. But then now people are more open-minded. The mindset has really shifted towards online. So we feel both government like DTI and our MSMEs, we have to learn side by side and really adapt the mindset and adapt the skills to maximize this opportunity for us.
Well
I
said.
agree, ARD Nanette, no? Kasi nakita ko rin yung statistics natin. Sabi nga nila yung 5 years or even a decade of technology napabilis
Yes.
because of the pandemic. Of course, it's not on a health perspective, hindi po maganda sa buong mundo sa Pilipinas. Pero yung ibang aspects like digital acceleration, digital adoption, napabilis po. Kaya nga po itong Filipinos now, the world's heaviest internet users. 2018 pa po ito. Mas lalo na po ngayon. Mas lalo na sila nagso-social media. Kaya po ngayon, makikita nyo po, marami pong nanonood sa atin ngayon sa mga audience natin because of Facebook. So,
Yeah.
maganda po ang pag-accelerate and pag-adapt ng mga Filipinos and businesses. You want to add something, Patrick?
Well, yeah, I just want to plug also, like, we're recording
ma'am.
everything. When we do the events in our digital channel, we upload all our videos, all the content into our YouTube channel also. So when we do that, as you said earlier, anybody or our MSMEs or whoever can watch those videos, those learning videos, the content in their own sweet time. Yeah, like right now. So for example, when we had an event like 2 weeks ago, so we had it in Zoom. We had 700 participants in Zoom. So if that was like a brick and mortar, regular, whatever, we would have spent a fortune to feed 700 people for lunch and snacks. But then it was cheap. We had an event inside Zoom. We had like 700, if I remember it right, and we projected it on Facebook Live, and we had 3.1K views. So that's 3,100 views on that particular day. A week after, those 3.1K views became 4.6K views. And then
Wow.
we uploaded that to YouTube. So I'm sure it's also gaining some audience there. So as you said, this is really I feel excited about it, and I feel it's very efficient and very productive. We don't have to brave the traffic, but as
Yeah.
you also said, we also need the human touch also. So it has to be O2O, not really just online. Yeah, we have to strike the balance between offline and online, events and transactions.
Dex?
Well,
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Patrick. Yes,
Yeah, I was just
Hello.
saying, I really agree with that. Kasi if you look at it talaga, no, like I said earlier, online has really been a good supplement, especially on the learning side of things. So I'll give one example of that. No, I work with someone who works in the financial education industry. Few months back, we did an online event. And usually, yung events po natin offline before, we would have about 100 to 500 participants. Pero when we did our online event, we had about 3,000 paying participants. So all of a sudden, number one, we took out the rental, we took out the utilities, we took out the food. And so we actually were able to save operationally in terms of how much it would cost to run an event. We also were able to lower the price because we didn't have a lot of overhead, which means that more people could join at a cheaper rate. Kasi po usually we would charge about 1,500 for a training like that, but we charge a third of that price because we didn't have to spend that much, and we had about 3,000 people. So if you look at that, if you put that in a brick and mortar setting, there would not be a lot of avenues to handle a 3,000 packs event. But now, because we can do it online, there's lesser infrastructure, there's lesser cost. Now, all of a sudden, we're thinking about doing that once a month. And now we can actually scale the way that we provide financial education to Filipinos, especially during this time. I think Attorney James had something to say as well.
Yeah, I was going to add that my observation about businesses nowadays, na we are forced to become more efficient. So this pandemic has forced businesses to shed some fat. For example, dito sa amin, we had to we found that yung office namin, we can move it somewhere else. Yeah, so
Yes. Yes.
and when yung mga tao, we adopted a work from home arrangement for them. We found out they're more effective, we're more efficient that way kasi hindi na nagta-travel. So
Yeah.
we save on costs, we save on costs rental, and then the people also they save yung pamasahe, 'di ba? So and yet we are still able to maintain our efficiency. So in fact, some businesses they observed. I was talking to one of our clients yesterday. He's a foreigner. He said he noticed that his employees became more productive. Yeah, so
At home.
yeah, at home. Oh. So now he's thinking hindi na sila babalik sa office. Work from home na lang daw sila. Malaki pa savings sa office expense. So
So,
yes,
yeah.
parang
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
So I agree with attorney, the three attorneys, all the attorneys. And also I would like to emphasize it has also given rise to the need for new skills. I think we should also emphasize
Yeah,
that. I
correct.
think we're more efficient, but we need to gain more skills. We have to upskill ourselves. But also, like for example, in our events, we are hiring a third party to help us do it, to help us promote, to help us do whatever. So while expenses have shifted, from the the biggest ticket will be like plane fare for a conference, plane fare and food and the venue. Now it is shifted to the creative sector, meaning the graphic design. We need those that do digital
Yes.
marketing, those that do backstage, back end work for us. So stuff like that. So again, it's really part of the journey of digital transformation. And I guess this is really good for our MSMEs because we really need to do digital transformation. But hinahinay lang siguro, but at least the door is now open for it.
Thank you,
And
ARD.
And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
I think the demand for 21st century skills are more manifested now. Before, kaning atong mga creative sector, what they did is do freelance work because there was very little demand so local because we were so brick and mortar. The economy was so brick and mortar. But now I think the local demand for this kind of services, the digital enabled services will increase, and that will also support a lot of people, give jobs to a lot of people.
Yes.
Thank you, ARD. Speaking of that, no, yung digital transformation natin. So, again, no, tayo mga Pilipino, mahilig tayo sa social media, so sanay na talaga tayo sa internet. Now we want to go back now with MyLegalWhiz and how we can help our MSMEs. Kasi nga po, yung sinasabi nga ni Attorney James kanina and si Patrick, surprisingly, or actually, it's not a surprise, na yung mga employees natin, ang businesses natin, nagiging mas productive. Kasi now, they can actually, when they leverage online technologies, for example, MyLegalWhiz, mas napapabilis po yung trabaho nila. Kasi alam natin, yung mga MSMEs natin, hindi nila core ito eh. Ang legal services and legal knowledge, content, and legal assistance is not part of the core businesses, but it's part of their support. So if they can actually minimize this, like for example, going to a lawyer or searching a lot of time in the internet and then accessing just the important information or document that they need, they can now use this system na binigay po natin sa lahat ng mga MSMEs natin through the DTI. So, wag niyo pong kalimutan, no? You sign up for free to credits.mylegalwiz.com and may ginawa po si Brian na different DTI codes. Nasa Facebook page po yan ng DTI Region 7. So, you can use these credits, no, to ask for business and legal documents, legal advice, and legal knowledge content. So in a while po, i-discuss na natin ito, and then we will also get the input of Attorney James later kung paano siya natulungan nitong system na to. So ito po, meron din po tayong app, no? Ito yung tinatanong ni Ma'am kanina. We have an app, we call it the Leia app, Legal Engineer Assistant app, which is a counterpart of credits.mylegalwiz.com. It's still in iOS, but you don't need an iOS device to access credits.mylegalwiz.com. Ma-access nyo po ang credits using your mobile phone, your mobile web, and also your desktop, of course. So let's go now to ito po itsura niya, no? So for those who are watching who haven't signed up, sign up na po kayo. It's just easy. It's for free. Makikita nyo po yan. Just click on continue to sign up and just fill out the form. Dito, yan, nakikita nyo po dyan. Let's, ano po natin yan. Yan. So, lalagay nyo lang po yung name, email, and password ninyo. And then since meron na akong account, I can just log in here. So lahat po ng legal questions niyo, legal knowledge needs, legal forms, nandito na po sa MyLegalWhiz. So you'll see here, medyo nakatakip lang ng MyLegalWhiz, may credits na tayo dito. You can type anything here. For example, MGCQ. So pag tinype nyo yung MGCQ dyan, makikita nyo po yung content about MGCQ. Actually, it's in the video na na pinakita natin kanina. So lahat ng mga businesses will be able to know the guidelines under MGCQ. COVID-19, ano yung MGCQ ng mga pag-barbershops and salons? Nandyan na po. May memo circular tayo. And it's organized already. Yan. There, Ayat F. Yan. So for all those businesses na may salons, alam natin, di ba, Attorney James and Patrick, maraming salon dyan din sa Mactan, di ba? May mga massage also.
Yeah.
So yun ang mga nagre-recover pa lang po ngayon. So ngayon, meron tayong guidelines dito. I think nakalagay dito 50% pag GCQ pero 75% in areas declared under MGCQ. Ito po yun. So easily, a business person or a businessman can be guided using the information in MyLegalWhiz. And of course, the knowledge section, gusto po nating explore ito. No, it's very important. Especially pag may mga rent, di ba? May mga rent during COVID-19. Madali lang pong i-type ito and then makikita nyo na dito emergency powers ng President. Do we need to pay for residential house rent during enhanced community quarantine? I-click lang po natin ito kasi this is a specific question. Yan. Hindi lang po rent sa residential, no? Hanggang GCQ, merong grace period for 30 days. However, meron po tayong Bayanihan Act 2, no? Ang sabi ng Bayanihan Act 2, hanggang December na. Hanggang December 31 na yung sa Bayanihan Act 2. Yung grace period ng pagbayad ng loans. Actually, I want to get your experience, Patrick, regarding yung paggamit mo ng MyLegalWhiz when you had this loan before.
Right, I actually shared this story a while back. There was a time, of course, we all know during the height talaga of the COVID-19 crisis when we were under enhanced community quarantine as a whole nation, that loans were yun nga, people were given the option to defer their loans. Personally, for me, I did not go for that option because my business was not very affected by the crisis. In fact, there was actually a time we got a lot busier. But because I was not very well informed during that time, I just let it be. I did not know that I need to make a phone call to make sure that the bank knows that. I won't mention the bank. You'll see why later on. But I did not call them to tell them just continue uh, my loan. Specifically, it was a car loan, an auto loan. I just recently bought a car before the pandemic. So I said, just I'll just pay for it. And then about tama no, May was about the time that the ECQ started to get lifted already. The bank called and said, "Sir, we just want you to
Yes.
know now you have 2 months delayed in payments. We're gonna charge you already, and there will be an interest." And the interest came out to be practically half of a month's worth of the loan. So I was kind of shocked. I said, number one, because I did not ask them to stop the payment, and number two, it did not fit right with me, of course. Na parang we know that it's a pandemic. Why would people charge interest for late payments specifically? So I checked on my MyLegalWhiz this app specifically itong part na to. Kaya nga si Attorney Dex brought it up. And I saw it and I said, okay, so I have the right to say na I should not be charged interest. So I said you can told the bank you can already debit the payment because that's already there. I already put it in there. But I found a resource that gave me legal information, and the information said that there should be no interest because there's a grace period. And so with that, the bank said, "Okay, sir, we will waive the interest." So right then and there, because of my legal whiz, I was able to save about 8,000 pesos, and I didn't have to pay for that.
Wow. Ang laking savings din nun, Patrick, no? So, that's why we're able to help a lot of MSMEs because of MyLegalWhiz. It's not only about this one, no? Di-discuss natin mamaya yung Ask Clea and yung legal form section. But I want to also get the opinion and insight of Attorney James Go and how he has been helped by this kind of a system. Attorney James, how were you able
Dex,
to, yes,
personally, I use this platform for my legal research, for my cases, for giving legal opinions to clients. So, nandito kasi lahat eh. Tapos digested siya, Lex.
yes,
So,
yes,
it's very easy for me. I do not have to browse the internet and sift through all this information and digest it myself. Ito,
yes,
maganda na yung arrangement eh. Plus, yung forms, kompleto, nandiyan na lahat eh. So, maski yung mga clients namin, mga HR ng mga companies, I ask them na to download MyLegalWhiz kasi information is there. Parang pwede na kayo mag-self-help. So, if meron kayo hindi naintindihan, you can ask me. So, for example, yung mga provisionary employment contract, meron ng draft dyan. Diba?
yes.
Yung mga promissory notes, SPAs, those simple contracts, nandiyan na eh. Fill in the blank na lang kayo. So, they also find it very, very helpful. So, I think in that way, talagang nakakatulong siya sa business. Oo.
Thank you, Attorney James. So, ganyan po ang ginagawa natin. For example, yung nakikita nyo po sa screen, no? We have thousands of legal and business forms. Like ito, Attorney James, the contract that you're saying. And tama ka, may tinatawag na tayo na parang self-help na dito. Although we don't encourage them to just do it by themselves. That's why in MyLegalWhiz, we have Ask Clea. So kung may tanong sila about this kind of contract, you can ask Clea. So makikita nyo po dito, ito po, nasa left side natin, si Ask Clea. You just need to click on this link. And then you can ask Clea and just click any category, pwedeng English, pwedeng Tagalog. And ngayon, pwede na Cebuano. So we will have a partner po sa Visayas na pwede pong sumagot ng mga legal questions niyo about sa business and even domestic issues. No, we can help you using Ask Leia system. So ito pong Ask Leia nito is actually an online alternative of a legal professional because the team is composed of lawyers, and not only lawyers, we have teacher collaborators, we have MBA graduates who can help you in providing a holistic answer to your question. Kanina nga lang po is nag-guest nga ako sa Huntahang Legal. No, it's a show online under UNTV. We answer not only domestic issues. Kung nakikita niyo po kanina, may liability of heirs, no, sa utang ng mga magulang. Diniscuss din po namin kanina yung BMBE, no, which is a very important law, and nakakatulong ito sa mga small businesses natin. I want to also ask DTI kasi I think DTI has prepared some questions about MyLegalWhiz.
Yes, attorney. Yes, we do.
Yes. Hi, Bryce.
So, attorney, if a customer is not certain of what he or she is looking for, he or she will just ask Leia, right?
Yes, yes. So, dahil ang gagawin nilang nila is just go to this section and then ask Leia. Yes.
Okay, I see. For attorney, how long does Leia respond?
So, it depends, no? Kasi right now, we answer in a first in, first out basis. So, pag may naunang tanong, different client, so we answer that first. But most of the time, yung mga tanong kasi, ulit-ulit, and we know it through the system. Like, for example, liability of heirs. No? Tingnan natin ito ulit. Dito sa system natin, liability of heirs. So marami nagtatanong, kailangan po ba namin bayaran yung utang ng namatay naming magulang? So minsan ulit-ulit yung mga ganun na tanong, or paano po magpatitulo ng lupa? So yun, mas madali po namin yun masasagot kasi we have this system, an AI system that can give us a cue that this has already been answered and you can provide this kind of an answer. So hindi may augmented and assisted yung mga lawyers natin sa MyLegalWhiz. So makikita nila kaagad sa database yung sagot, and then they will just customize it. So it can be in a few hours, it can be a day. Sometimes kung kailangan na magpa-digitize ng dokumento ang isang nagtanong, ang isang kliyente, for example, or magpagawa ng kontrata, it may take 1 or 2 days.
I see. So, napaka-efficient talaga, attorney, no? And very convenient to our MSMEs and to our users.
Yes, yes.
So, just a reminder to our viewers, you can place your questions in the FB pages of DTI and MyLegalWhiz, and we will forward it here so we can ask Attorney Dex.
Yes, yes. You can ask
attorney,
questions.
one more question, attorney. How many requests can Leia take in? Like for a certain customer?
That's a good question, Bile, no? Kasi sometimes we get multiple questions, but we recommend that isa-isa lang. What is your specific question? You make it as detailed as possible so that we can analyze it and we can check what is in the database na pwede nating answerin. Ang maganda kasi dito sa MyLegalWhiz, Braille, and of course sa DTI R7, sa mga viewers natin, ay may database na po kaming pagkukuhanan ng sagot. Sabi nga po ni Attorney James kanina, mas madali na lang siyang sumagot ng mga clients niya. Kasi ita-type lang niya yung legal topic na tinanong ng isang kliyente. Tapos lalabas na sa database ng MyLegalWhiz, and then kukustomize na lang niya yon and ibibigay niya sa client. So you can ask multiple questions, pero we recommend that you ask one at a time so that we can focus on that question and answer you very well with a well-researched and documented answer.
I see. Pero for the credits, attorney, how do we know if that answer has to be paid or that answer is for free? Is there like a basis or something?
Yes, we have this. No, we have this Ask Leia pricing dito. So since ang DTI meron siyang DTI 1000, actually 1000 credits, no? MLW 500 and the DTI codes we provided. So pwedeng gamitin ito sa Ask Leah answers. I just want to make clear for everyone to know that Ask Leah questions are free, but the answers are with corresponding credits. But it can be zero also. Sometimes madali lang yung question and madali lang yung answer. Zero lang po ang kaakibat na credits nun. Pero dito, meron tayong guide kung depende sa question. O may Ask Leah Basic, may Ask Leah Business, and Ask Leah Professional. Usually dito magpo-fall yung mga MSMEs sa Ask Leah Business. Like for example, can you draft a deed of absolute sale of a motor vehicle? It can reach from 600 to 1,000 per answer. It depends. Or can you provide a framework for a company car plan policy? So these are business questions that we can help in answering. But it's still way below, much efficient because you can ask anytime and you don't need to immediately go to a lawyer.
Agree. Kasi if you have to go to a lawyer, you still have to pay for transportation, the service fee, which is much more expensive compared here, which you can do it online. And
Yes, correct.
there's also free credit, so it's really a helpful platform, really.
Yes. Ang maganda nito nga is it's in credits. You can still access it for free. And then the credits, hindi siya expensive.
So
Basically, we are democratizing legal services. Yes, Brad.
it's 1 peso to 1 credit, attorney, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken,
it's 1
for the
peso
credits.
to 1 credit.
I see. So what happens to the unused credits, attorney?
Okay, for the unused credits, no, mag-expire siya ng 1 year. So we suggest that you use the credits. Ang unused credits is when you download, for example, or activate a credit promo code like 1,000 and then pinabayaan mo lang siya for 1 year, mag-expire siya ng 1 year. So we suggest that you just put the credit once you need them.
I see. Pero, di ba there's a plan for this, attorney? Like monthly
Yes.
subscription?
Yes, we have. We have this. When you want to subscribe, you just click on this one. Pakita po natin sa screen. So, for example, if you are a heavy user, you can subscribe and click on this one. I'd like to subscribe. Ayan. Kita po natin. Ayan. So, if you want a monthly subscription, it's 4,000 per month for business. So these for students and professionals, for lawyers po ito. Lawyers and law students. For SMEs, ito po. If you think that you are consuming a lot of content and you think na kailangan regular ang paggamit ng MyLegalWhiz, yung paggamit mo ng MyLegalWhiz, you can go for the plan. And mas makakamura yung mga businesses natin.
Kasi only na yun, attorney, no? The questions you can ask.
Yes, it's unlimited. The documents don't have a corresponding credits, just like what you see here. Kita nyo dito, wala siyang corresponding credits. Ito po ang sa subscription. Yung dinidiscuss po kanina ni Attorney James ko kasi meron siyang ganito sa lawyer. So you can type anything here. Yan. For example, affidavit. Makikita nyo po yan. Affidavits, lahat po ng affidavits nandyan. Different kinds of, which is also existing in the credits.mylegalwiz.com. Iba lang yung format, pareho madali, meron lang siyang credit na equivalent. Pero ito, you can download it immediately. Yan. Affidavit of legitimacy, you can download it, and then you can edit the content. So from affidavits, let me show different legal forms. No? Aside from employment contracts, you can type deeds. Meron po tayong mga deeds dyan, deed of absolute sale. Kita ng audience natin.
Kita.
And yan, mga deeds. Nagdi-display lang po siya dito sa ano natin, sa kanan bahagi ng site, but you can download it or send it to your email. You can type also agreements, generic agreements, confidentiality agreement. Marami pong gumagamit din na businesses ng aming training agreement, credit line, franchise, and also I think we have this supplier agreement or exclusive distributorship agreement. So we have very specific forms. Bakit po? Kasi yung mga nagtatanong kay Leah, yung pong nagtatanong kay Leah ng mga specific forms, ginagawa po namin and then we put it in the system. So that the next user or the next business person who wants to have that document, it will be ready for him.
So para talaga siyang legal insurance, no? Na you may not need it now, but it will always be there for you when you need it.
Yes, yes. It's like that, Brian, tama ka. It's a legal insurance for everyone, for the public and for businesses. And also, I want to add.
Kasi I
yes,
think
James.
You may not realize it, but yung daily needs ng business kasi it's always there. Eh. Legal will always be there, whatever it is. Ang daming questions, daming forms kailangan, di ba? So, hindi mo lang ma-realize as a business owner, but ang dami mong kailangan pala, which this app can provide.
Correct, Attorney James. Sabi ko nga, parang araw-araw nga natin kailangan yung mga dokumento. Eh. Sometimes not only a contract, minsan kailangan mo lang ng affidavit or meron ka lang tanong about an employee situation. So you can use MyLegalWhiz for it. And I want to add something po, no? Itong aside from this app, no, meron po tayo, of course, knowledge assistance, domestic cases. So alam naman natin, no, hindi lang puro business ang buhay natin. So yung mga business people natin, meron din mga family issues yan. Tulad kanina, sinasagot natin yung succession issue, support, and marriage. So we can also do that in MyLegalWhiz. So supportado po kayo dyan. E-notarization also is also provided in MyLegalWhiz. Yan. It's your legal insurance. Brian, you still have more questions?
Yes, attorney.
Yes.
Can you actually book a lawyer in MyLegalWhiz?
Yes. You can book a lawyer in MyLegalWhiz. Let's see it here. Yan. Pakita natin. So when we see, let's just remove the logo para kita. Ayan. When you need a lawyer, when a client needs an attorney, or when MyLegalWhiz recognizes a subscriber's request exceeds its automated capabilities, doon na namin i-refer sa lawyer. Especially sa Ask Leah, meron tayo sa Ask Leah, no? Makikita natin dito. I-check natin dito sa Ask Leah. Merong I need an attorney dito. So we have an I need an attorney in Ask Leah. Here. Sa baba, I need an attorney. So you just need to describe your legal situation below so we can refer you to an appropriate legal professional. So yung mga taga Central Visayas po, Cebu, Siquijor, Negros, Bohol, pwede po ninyong i-describe din dito in Visayan language. So pwede po ninyong ilagay dito Tagalog, English, or Visaya. So ilagay nyo lang po dito. And then actually, Brian, for those, very important ito, itong attachment, you can attach files. Kasi ang iba is meron na silang idea of a contract. Sinusulat nila, tapos i-photograph nila, now you can send it, you can just attach it and we can review it. Or meron na silang reading dokumento, they just want us to check it. We can check it using MyLegalWhiz.
Pero
You
it's
just
not
need to
limited
attach it.
to documents ng attorney sa choose files. Pwede din yung images.
Yes, pwedeng images dito. So any file, JPEG, PDF, document, etc. Pwede nyo pong i-attach dito. Tulad ng ginagawa ko ngayon. Yan. You can just open, then attach. Yan. Tapos yun, naka-attach na, and then you just send it, send, test. And then makukuha na po namin yun.
I see, I see. So, attorney, we have a question from the region, from Miss
Yes.
Karen.
Mhm.
She was asking daw na, what happens to the unused credits? Can we convert it to cash if ever we won't use it?
Well, marami rin pong nagtatanong niyan, ma'am. Oo, hindi po surprising yan sa amin. Hindi po. Actually, credits can only be used to consume content.
So,
Attorney,
Yes,
attorney,
ma'am.
can I
Yes,
ask?
ma'am.
I'm interested yung e-notarization. How does that work? I think maraming yan need for notarization, di ba? So how does that work? Is that the same as going to a lawyer and having your documents notarized?
No, ma'am. Actually, ang electronic notarization dito sa Ask Leah natin is through video conferencing. So you need to provide a video. You still need to send it. You still need to send it to a notary public para ma-check niya kung pinirmahan mo ba talaga, etc. Pero hindi nyo na po kailangang lumabas. Lalabas lang siguro kayo kung nag-ano kayo sa LBC and i-send nyo yung video ninyo. So medyo hindi pa talaga siya ganun ka-modern, pero at least mababawasan yung punta sa City Hall or sa mga notaryo para magpatatakin, maiwasan natin yung pandemic.
So, for example, I have a contract and then I want it notarized. So I just go to MyLegalWhiz, look for the e-notarized whatever
Yes po.
service, and then we'll do a a video conference like this, StreamYard or Zoom. You see me. So assuming I'm the real person, and
Yeah,
then I send you the documents, digital, and you notarize it. Paano yan?
Ang kailangan po is, of course, meron na yung dokumento natin. Tapos, you send it. You send the document. You send the video, actually, you signing it. And then you send that USB or through email to the notary public. Kailangan alam nyo na rin po kung sino yung notary public. And then, makikita ng notary public yun, okay. Pwede, tapos, ipiprint niya, tapos tatatakan niya. Tapos, papadala po ulit sa inyo yun. Meron pa rin pong physical na kailangan gawin kasi pwede pa rin. Courier pa. Yes, ma'am.
Lalamove, pwede.
Lalamove, correct.
Yeah,
Oo,
correct.
lalamove.
Yeah.
Iano ko lang po yung mga codes natin, mama. Ito nga, ni-remind tayo ni Braille. Papakita natin. Add banner. So, ito po yung mga codes natin for all DTI centers sa Central Visayas. So, pwede nyo po i-take na picture yan, use it, MLW 500 plus DTI R7 Bohol, etc.
Yeah.
Ikita nyo po dyan.
Hello, attorney.
Yes,
May we clarify that the codes are not combined but single entry, diba? Kasi I received a message on our Facebook page that a client, entered MLW 500 plus
Okay. Yes.
at DTI R7. Okay, so may we clarify to our viewers that the codes are single entry. So separate yung MLW 500, tapos separate yung DTI R7, name of province 500. So that will be a total of 1,000 credits. Is that right?
Yes, yes, Kyle, that's right.
Okay.
So,
maybe we can
clarify
show
that
them,
those
attorney.
are separate entries.
Yes, I'll show them.
Yes.
Ganito yung ano natin. You just need to put MLW 500, tapos load credit promo code dito. Check ko pa. Share ko lang screen dito. Yan. So here you just need to type MLW 500. Yan. Kita nyo po. Tapos you just load credit promo code. Tapos magre-reset po yan, madadagdagan ng 500 yung credits niyo. Tapos dito niyo ulit sa type yung DTI R7 Bohol underscore 500. Yan. DTI R7 Bohol 500 and then load credit promo code. Yun na po, madadagdagan ulit ng 500 equivalent to 1,000 pesos. You don't need to put plus. Hindi po ganito. So don't do this. Plus, error po yan. Isa-isa lang po. Isang code na to and then yung MLW 500.
Attorney, is there a limit to the free codes, attorney? Like, at 2,000 lang ba yung limit sa free codes? 1,000 or ano ba? Unlimited ba?
For now it's 1,000 and it needs to expire before you add another code.
Okay. So can we also sell this, attorney, to other users?
Yes, actually, ang maganda nito for those who are at home, no, yung gustong magkaroon ng additional online job, meron tayong ganito na tinatawag na be an affiliate member. No, madali lang po ito. You just need to sign up for free at credits.mylegalwiz.com. Use the DTI 500 promo code. Actually, you can use yung code po na nakaproject dito. Hindi lang po na-edit ito, pero kasi itong MLW 500 and DTI R7 Bolt 500, you can use that and you can have discounted credit codes that you can sell. So makikita nyo po dito, you can get discount for a block of 1,000 credits, 20%, and 30% discount for a block of 5,000 credits. So you just need to have at least 500 credits. So kung may code po kayo, I think magagamit na yata yung code dito. Yung promo code niyo, at least 500. And then you can sell it. You can earn through commissions or you can earn through discounted purchases. Kasi
how do you sell it, attorney?
We will, when you are an affiliate, no, pag naging affiliate na kayo, meron kayong dito, magkakaroon kayo ng system dito na you can buy through discount and you can get codes. Ikaw mismo,
yung codes pala.
Ikaw yung mabibigyan ng codes.
Oo.
Right? So you can sell those codes now. Once you get them, for example, you get DTI, this kind of a code. Kung nakikita nyo sa screen. Check natin. So you will be given a code like this one. And then you can share this code. You can sell this code to others. So kung sino man yung may kailangan, for example, ng legal assistance or legal document, and they don't want to spend a lot because nagtitipid sila and they don't want to get out from home and they want to have, for example, a BIR or an authorization, SPA to sell land. So they can use this code and access, for example, 500 to 1,000 credits to access or download the document. So ganyan lang po kadali yun. Yan. So let's try to ask, are there questions from the audience? You can even ask legal questions and maybe we can answer it here using the system. Pero po, Bryle, yung affiliate, is it clear?
Yes, clear, attorney.
For those po na nanonood ngayon or yung hindi man lang nakapanood na late sila, you can rewind it later, you can watch it again, and then you can ask questions sa Facebook page ng MyLegalWhiz. Ito po. Or you can go, of course, to sign up for free sa credits.mylegalwiz.com. Yan po, as a taker. Patrick, you want to add something?
I'm just thinking lang, no, I mean, just as a business owner, wala lang, I know we've done this a couple of times, pero parang refresher lang talaga of how to use MyLegalWhiz talaga. It's really helpful for a business. Just the forms, I think we talked about that. Ako kayo, I mean, it's such a big value add talaga to businesses na now, like, if you think about it, how much you have to pay for a lawyer, and also on the side of the lawyer, I'm sure Attorney James can also attest to this, how much time that takes out of a lawyer's
James.
very busy schedule. Now, I'm sure lawyers are happy to know that there's a service that can make the contract, and all I have to do is sign and to notarize for you to check, of course, just to review it and check and then sign. That really adds a lot of value on both sides, both for the legal professional and for the business as well. Kasi with technology, that's the purpose naman talaga of technology. It's to help everyone, to bring everyone a win-win situation. So usually when people ask, is MyLegalWhiz competition for lawyers? It is not a competition for lawyers. In fact, it is an additional tool for lawyers that has helped lawyers and law students save a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of resources, and has enabled them to serve more clients, to serve more businesses. And we're glad to see talaga that MyLegalWhiz is not helping just business owners, but it's also helping lawyers at the same time.
Attorney James, what can you say about that as a lawyer? Ay, Attorney James, nakamute ka lang.
I was going to say na mawawalan kami ng trabaho nito. But sabi ni Patrick, it's not competition, it supplements. So siguro it makes our job easier kasi for us business owners, yung tao natin, mga tao natin are not so dependent anymore. Diba? Every time they have to ask because they can help themselves. They just ask us to review their work. Eto, okay na ba to? So it saves us a lot of time and effort also as lawyers and business owners. Yeah. So talagang helpful siya.
I agree also, and I want to share this one also, no. Parang the MyLegalWhiz technology. Yan po, no. Makikita niyo po yan. No, MyLegalWhiz technology can make legal services more accessible to the marginalized sectors of our society. Ngayon lang po kami naka-reach ng Sikihor. No, for example, because of MyLegalWhiz, no, those who did not receive legal assistance under the traditional model, Attorney James, you know, yung face-to-face attorney services, stand to benefit the most. Kasi just by having an internet, kahit medyo mabagal internet mo, kasi text lang naman ang MyLegalWhiz, it makes legal services available to people who would otherwise handle matters to themselves. It fills the gap left by overburdened and shrinking legal aid groups, including Public Attorney's Office. So parang Public Attorney's Office na rin po tayo dito kasi nga hindi lang business issues, legal business issues ang tinatackle natin, pati domestic issues.
Correct.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, attorney.
Do you have questions?
None so far. My part.
Were you able to test MyLegalWhiz also?
Yes, attorney. We have signed up. I even tried using it, attorney, and actually I didn't know what I was looking for, so I just asked Leah, and it's true that it only took about 1 hour, and then Leia responded to me right away, and it's really complete, Jude, and no hassle at all. So
We're,
very
we're,
nice, Jude.
that's great. Oo. So, I hope nakatulong kami sa'yo, Brian. Kompleto sana yung answer na binigay ng Leia team namin.
Yes, even sobra pang attorney eh.
Okay, ganun na tayo kaganda sa MyLegalWhiz because marami tayong partners. Marami po tayong research collaborators sa MyLegalWhiz. Hindi lang po kami. Meron din po kaming mga eskwelahan na partner. Meron din po kaming mga researchers na iba-iba. Pag hindi po namin alam ang tanong, we will ask an expert and then that expert will contribute to Ask Leia and then we will package that answer and give it to the customer or to the user of MyLegalWhiz nang mabilis and nang mas matipid kasi credits lang po naman ang ano dyan.
So parang Google talaga, attorney, no?
Yes,
Very
yes.
fast, but also kanang trusted and reliable source.
ARD, do you have questions, ma'am? Do you have some thoughts?
So I'm good, attorney. But yeah, so my question is, are you gonna have a session with our Negosyo Center
Yes, ma'am.
counselors in the
Yes, ma'am. Kindly schedule us a session with the business counselors and all provincial coordinators in Central Visayas. We will have a session for them either through live like this or through a private Zoom session para po matrain po natin lahat sila, lalo na sila yung lalapitan ng mga MSMEs natin.
Yeah, we will do that,
Yes, ma'am.
Brian. Let's
Okay,
talk
ma'am.
about that.
Okay. Kung wala na pong tanong, meron pa po bang tanong sa audience natin? Patrick, you want to say something before we close?
I want to just yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yun. So I just want to echo what Bryle mentioned kanina, yung legal insurance, kasi that's really something that we talk about all the time here in MyLegalWhiz. When people think about, is MyLegalWhiz an investment? So especially if you're a business owner here, we like that idea that we're investing to the business. I personally don't think of MyLegalWhiz as an investment. I think of it more talaga as insurance. And it serves a different function kasi investment will tell you that you get your monies back right away, di ba? We don't want to make that promise, of course. Although you can save a lot of money, that's for one. But I think it's insurance in the sense that when you need it most, it will really help you out a lot. Now, one example of that is we talked about deed of sales for auto loan, for automobiles, di ba? So I think Attorney James, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the going rate for that is 2 to 3%, sometimes even 5% of the value of the car. So
2%.
with that alone, you to sell 2%, tama, diba? So if you sell a car worth 150,000 pesos, then you will have to spend 3,000. Versus dito po sa MyLegalWhiz, the template, just the template, of course, is about 600 pesos. I think Attorney Dex, no, or about 600 to 1,000 pesos. Plus you get it notarized by a lawyer. You will end up spending probably around 1,500 to 2,000 maximum. So right then and there, you save 1,000 pesos. So think of MyLegalWhiz talaga as legal insurance. And I think that can really help you see the value of what this service really provides.
Okay, attorney, we have a question from the audience.
Yes, sure.
From Nico in the region. He was asking the payment for the business name. So Nico, hi. Just to inform you, the payment for the business name would depend on the territorial scope. There are 4 scope: barangay, city, regional, and national. For barangay, it's 200. city is 500, regional is 1,000, and national is 2,000. And the payment options are GCash, PayMaya, Landbank, and debit cards. Or you can just visit bnrs.dti.gov.ph. So there's another
Nice.
one. Can you
Yes,
convert
there's
unused credits into cash? That was already answered earlier.
mhm. I
You
think
cannot convert it.
mm-mm.
It is for use talaga.
Yeah, for use to download content and get answers from Ask Thea. But don't worry po, meron po tayong SB Cares, no? Paalala po natin sa audience natin na MSMEs, makakatulong po ang SB Cares, mag-apply lang po kayo online. Tama ba, Bryle?
Yes, attorney. May website naman sila.
Oo.
Yes.
So, I want to wrap it up, no? Thank you very much po sa mga nag-attend dito sa seminar natin. ARD na net, salamat po sa ganitong pagkakataon that we're able to gather everyone and share our knowledge sa MyLegalWhiz and the business insights of our team, Patrick, and of course, Attorney James Go, a businessman in Mactan. So, ma'am, any last words po before we conclude? Before
Me?
we end our session? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so yeah, I really enjoyed the talk here, especially when we're talking about adopting digital. That's really my advocacy. So I
Yes,
hope
ma'am.
we can help push MyLegalWhiz to our clients, to prospective users. I was even thinking of a lot of our MSMEs actually depend on their bookkeepers to do the job for them. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Yes,
the bookkeepers can be another a potential market for them, for us to reach out to more MSMEs. So yeah,
yes,
so
ma'am.
as we understand it more, get more comfortable with that platform, I think our negosyo center counselors can help us push it to other potential users of this app. And I would like to congratulate MyLegalWhiz for coming up with this idea.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that. And of course, we will always support our MSMEs. That is our advocacy, especially during this uncertain period. So, wag niyo pong kakalimutan, no? Mag-sign up po kayo and you need to put these codes, no? Just sign up to credits.mylegalwiz.com and input MLW 500. After sending that code, you input the specific code in that is applicable in your province. Oh, nandyan po yan. So, thank you very much, Attorney James, Patrick, Eliza,
Pleasure.
Bryle, ARD, of course, Kyle, and Miss Rosaline. And of course, Miss Juliet also is here.
Attorney, can I say
Yes,
something?
yes, yes.
So siguro to our viewers, we really were taught today of how useful MyLegalWhiz is. And business and law talaga is inseparable. And we also how MyLegalWhiz can help us with this. It can help the lives of businessmen, MSMEs, and even you and me. So
Yes.
I hope we all learned something today. And in behalf of DTI Central Visayas, we would like to thank all our viewers and our guests for this opportunity. Thank you and have a great lunch ahead.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much, Bryle, and have a great day po, and have a nice lunch then. Thank you guys. And sa susunod, ma'am, we will be meeting again for the business counselors.
Yes, yes. Okay. All
Okay
right.
po. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
See
Thank
you.
you. More
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
again.
attorney.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
God
Have a
bless,
great day.
mga attorneys.
When you need legal guidance, MyLegalWhiz is your convenient online legal resource and assistant. Start by going to credits.mylegalwiz.com. Once logged in, type, for example, MGCQ, which stands for Modified General Community Quarantine, and all information related to MGCQ will appear. Click the link and you'll see guidelines for areas under MGCQ. If you need assistance, we have Leia. Leia stands for Legal Engineer Assistant. She helps in doing legal research and writing documents. But before that, you need to know how to use Leia's page. First is the drop-down menu. This allows you to choose what type of document, task, or request you need from Leia. Then type your request or concern. In this text box, you can ask any legal question that you have for Leia. For example, if you're a landlord and you want to know if you can start collecting rent during ECQ, it's just as easy as typing your question. You can even attach a file for Leia's reference. You'll receive an email confirming that we have received your inquiry. In a short while, you'll receive a notification with Leia's response. Go to your inbox, click View, and see the answer. Let's try to search for another topic. All information related to video conferencing will appear. MyLegalWhiz also allows you to download forms for a specific amount of credits. You can do that by selecting Legal Forms in the menu bar. Let's say you want to download a training agreement form. Click the green button so you can fully download it. You may download it in different file formats found in the upper right corner. You can now use it for your intended purposes. Can't find what you're looking for? Ask Leia. And that's why MyLegalWhiz is the best digital legal assistant.